Meteorological winter has officially arrived, and with it comes a fresh set of weather patterns and possibilities for the months ahead. As we look toward the 2025-2026 winter season, early indicators suggest we're in for a season that will keep weather watchers and everyday folks alike on their toes. The upcoming winter is shaping up to be a classic split across the country, with dramatic differences from region to region. Some areas will be blanketed in snow and cold, while others may barely see a flake. The main player this year is La Niña, a climate pattern known for shaking up typical weather trends. La Niña tends to push the jet stream northward, which means colder, snowier conditions are likely for the Midwest and Northeast. These regions could see more frequent and intense snowfalls, with the potential for several major winter storms. Meanwhile, the South and much of the West are expected to experience a milder, drier winter. If you're in California, Arizona, or New Mexico, you can look forward to more sunshine, fewer rainy days, and above-average temperatures. For those living in the north or east, it's time to dig out the heavy coats and snow boots. Below-average temperatures are likely to dominate, making for a longer, colder winter than usual. Along with the chill, there's a higher chance of significant snowstorms, especially in cities like Chicago, Detroit, and Boston. Prepare for possible travel delays and school closures as winter weather ramps up. In contrast, the Southwest and West Coast will enjoy more sunshine and fewer storms, making it a great season for outdoor activities and travel in those regions. This split pattern will have a big impact on daily life, from tricky commutes and holiday travel headaches in the north, to early ski resort openings and bustling airports. Whether you're planning a winter getaway or just trying to get to work, the weather will play a major role. While La Niña is in control for now, forecasters are watching for a possible pattern shift later in the season. This could bring bigger, more powerful storms to the East Coast as winter progresses, so it's important to stay alert for changing forecasts. As always, surprises are possible. No two winters are ever exactly alike. We'll break down what to expect for December, January, and beyond, so you can be ready for whatever comes your way. In this outlook, we'll cover projected temperatures, snow chances, and how a late winter shift could shake things up for millions of Americans. We'll also look at how these trends could affect everything from energy bills to outdoor plans. Whether you're hoping for a white winter or dreaming of sunny days, this is your essential guide to what the 2025-2026 season has in store. Let's dive in and see what this winter could bring. As December begins, the United States is experiencing a striking weather divide that's hard to ignore. Across the country, winter is arriving in dramatically different ways, depending on where you live. Some regions are already deep into the season, while others are still waiting for winter to truly begin. In the northern tier, stretching from the plains all the way to the northeast, cold air has settled in early. Cities like Chicago and Boston are waking up to frosty mornings with sidewalks and cars blanketed in fresh snow. Residents are bundling up in heavy coats, hats, and scarves, bracing against biting winds and slippery streets. For many, it feels like winter has arrived overnight, bringing with it the familiar challenges of shoveling driveways and navigating icy commutes. But head out west and you'll find a completely different scene. Ski resorts in Colorado and California, which usually buzz with early season activity, are facing a slow start. Many slopes remain closed or only partially open, with green patches where snow should be. The mountains look more like late autumn than early winter, leaving skiers and snowboarders anxiously waiting for the first big storm. The culprit? A persistent high-pressure ridge parked over the west. This weather pattern is blocking storms from reaching the region, keeping skies clear and temperatures above average. Instead of snow, many areas are seeing dry, sunny days that feel more like October than December. The lack of moisture is also raising concerns about drought conditions as the season progresses. Meanwhile, the Midwest and Northeast are on the opposite end of the spectrum. The storm track is active, sending waves of snow and wintry weather across these regions. New England has already been hit by a significant snowstorm, with plows working overtime to keep roads clear and residents digging out from deep drifts. For many, it's a classic start to winter, with more storms likely on the way. Down in the southeast and southwest, it's a different story yet again. Mild temperatures mean people are still wearing light jackets or even short sleeves during the day. Palm trees sway under clear blue skies and there's little sign of winter's chill. For these regions, December feels more like a gentle extension of fall. This dramatic, coast-to-coast contrast is a hallmark of La Niña, a climate pattern that's shaping the nation's weather this season. La Niña tends to push the jet stream northward, bringing cold and snow to the northern and eastern U.S., while leaving the west and south drier and warmer than usual. It's a setup that could persist for weeks, influencing everything from travel plans to winter sports. So, if you're in the east, get ready for more snow, cold, and all the joys and challenges that come with a classic winter. But if you're out west, you may have to keep waiting for winter to truly arrive, as the mountains remain dry and the ski season is slow to start. As we move deeper into December, all eyes are on La Niña and its powerful influence, driving this dramatic early season split and setting the stage for what could be a very memorable winter across the country. La Niña is a powerful climate pattern that plays a major role in shaping weather across the globe, especially in North America. The name La Niña means the girl in Spanish, and it's the counterpart to El Niño, which you might have heard about before. But while El Niño brings warmer waters to the Pacific, La Niña does the opposite, ushering in cooler conditions that ripple through the atmosphere and affect weather thousands of miles away. La Niña is triggered by cooler than average Pacific waters near the equator. These chilly ocean temperatures aren't just a local event, they set off a chain reaction that changes wind patterns, air pressure, and even the path of storms. The Pacific Ocean acts like a giant engine for the planet's weather, so when it cools down, the effects are felt far and wide. One of the most important impacts of La Niña is how it shifts the jet stream, a fast-moving river of air high above the ground. During La Niña, the jet stream forms a pronounced ridge over the west coast, blocking storms from reaching California and the southwest. This keeps those regions warmer and drier than usual, often leading to drought concerns and less snow in the mountains. That's why California and Arizona are expecting a mild, dry winter this year. The lack of rain and snow can have big consequences, from water shortages to increased wildfire risk. Residents and farmers in these areas keep a close eye on La Niña forecasts, knowing it can shape their entire season. Meanwhile, after the ridge in the west, the jet stream takes a sharp dip over the central and eastern U.S. This shift opens the door for frigid Canadian air to surge southward, bringing much colder temperatures to the Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast. When this cold, dense air collides with warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, it creates the perfect recipe for powerful winter storms. The result? Heavy snow, blizzards, and icy conditions that can disrupt travel, close schools, and challenge city services across the Midwest and Northeast. La Niña sets up a dramatic battleground across the country, cold and snow dominating the east while the west basks in warmth and dryness. This stark contrast is one of the hallmarks of a La Niña winter, and it's something meteorologists watch for every year. This isn't just a random fluke, it's a predictable, large-scale pattern that scientists have studied for decades. By understanding how La Niña works, meteorologists can make more accurate seasonal forecasts and help communities prepare for what's ahead. Tracking La Niña allows forecasters to pinpoint where storms are most likely to hit, where winter will be harsh, and where it will be unusually mild. This information is crucial for everyone, from city planners to farmers to families planning their winter activities. Expect this classic La Niña setup to hold steady through December and well into early 2026. As the months unfold, we'll see these patterns play out, shaping everything from snowfall, totals to drought conditions. Ultimately, La Niña is the main reason for this winter's coast-to-coast weather divide, a powerful reminder of how interconnected our planet's climate systems truly are. December's temperature story is all about La Niña's influence. The Midwest and Northeast will be colder than average, with Arctic air locked in for much of the month. Along the Canadian border, expect long stretches of well below average temperatures. The Southwest, meanwhile, will be unusually warm. Think late fall weather in Arizona and Southern California. The Rockies to Florida will see slightly above average temperatures, making for a mild December in the South. A brief mid-month warm-up may offer a short break in the North, but the cold will return. For most, winter coats are a must. For others, it's more like sweater weather. This sharp temperature divide is the hallmark of La Niña as we head toward the holidays. Prepare for a December that's anything but average, depending on where you live. Precipitation this December will be just as divided as the temperatures. The Midwest and Northeast are in the bullseye for above-average snow, thanks to cold air clashing with southern moisture. Expect frequent winter storms and lake-effect snow in the north. The Southeast will be wetter than usual, but mostly with rain, not snow. The Pacific Northwest will see some storms, but the west and southwest will stay dry. Bad news for water supplies and ski resorts. The Sierra Nevada and Central Rockies are likely to have below-average snowfall. The east will be stormy and wet, the west, sunny and dry. This pattern will impact travel, daily routines, and water resources. In the northeast, prepare for snowy commutes. In the southeast, keep an umbrella handy. Out west, water conservation will be more important than ever. Will you have a white Christmas? It depends on your zip code. The northern plains have the best odds. Early snow and persistent cold mean a winter wonderland is likely. The Midwest and Northeast are on the edge. Snow is possible, but a pre-holiday warm-up could melt it away. For the West Coast and South, chances are slim. Expect mild, snow-free holidays, except at the highest elevations. Some models hint at a last-minute East Coast storm, but it's too early to call. If you want guaranteed snow, head north. For most, the dream of a white Christmas will come down to the wire. Keep an eye on the forecast for any holiday surprises. The best bet for snow, the far northern tier, where winter is already in full swing. The La Niña pattern will start to break down after January, shifting to a more unpredictable ENSO-neutral state. This transition means the jet stream becomes more flexible, allowing for dramatic swings in temperature and weather. A weakened polar vortex could send blasts of Arctic air deep into the central and eastern U.S. This setup increases the risk of major snowstorms, especially nor'easters along the east coast. New York and New England could see some of the season's biggest storms late in winter. Expect wild temperature swings, mild days followed by sudden Arctic blasts. The southeast could face more severe weather and ice storms as cold and warm air collide. Don't let your guard down after January. The most memorable storms may still be ahead. The second half of winter will be anything but boring. This winter is a tale of two seasons. Cold and stormy in the north and east, warm and dry in the south and west. The Midwest and Northeast will see frequent Arctic blasts and above-average snowfall, especially later in the season. The Southeast will be stormy with rain, ice, and even severe weather possible. Out west, expect below-average snowfall and ongoing drought concerns, especially in California and the Rockies. Ski resorts may struggle and water conservation will be crucial. Your winter experience will depend entirely on your location. Prepare for cold and snow in the east and dryness in the west. This is classic La Niña, two winters in one country. The pattern will shape our weather from December through March. Preparation is key for this winter of contrasts. In the Midwest and Northeast, get your home winter ready and stock up on snow supplies. In the South, be ready for heavy rain and the chance of ice storms. Clean gutters and stay weather aware. Out west, focus on water conservation and fire safety as dry conditions persist. Remember, forecasts are guides, not guarantees. Weather can always surprise us. Stay flexible, keep up with local forecasts, and be ready for sudden changes, especially after January. A few simple steps now can keep you safe and comfortable all season. That's your essential winter outlook. Stay prepared and enjoy the season ahead.